Hey, it's Rick Barker, host of the Music Industry Blueprint Podcast, former manager of superstar Taylor Swift. Welcome to the home office. And today, Hannah and I have set up the lights. We've set up the whiteboard. What I've decided to do now, as I don't want to body shame anyone, is I've decided to leave the makeup off and go all a natural all. You can either accept me as who I am, or you can close your eyes and just listen for the quality of the content that I provide. I get so many people that will... we just all get haters, and people will be like, dude, the ring's under your eyes. You need to lay off the drugs. I've been sober from drugs for over 30 years. So that's not it. This is just who I am naturally. So I'm going to practice what I preach and say, be okay with who you are. But in today's video, I want to talk to you about some things that we can do now that we're live streaming a lot more because of COVID, because we're not able to go out and do shows. I want to give you some things that you might want to incorporate into your live streams to maybe freshen them up a little bit. So the first suggestion that I'm going to give for you are themes. What I mean by themes is maybe one night, I remember an artist that I work with, Callie Rohde. She was fantastic. She was doing these every Tuesday streams, and she started coming up with themes. She loves Disney. So one night it was songs from the Disney movie. She went and she performed them, and her audience had a fun time with them. One night she did boy bands. So she started playing covers of boy bands. But with the holidays, maybe you've got a holiday theme that's coming up. Maybe you want to do a throwback to the 80s. Maybe you want to, I remember I was reading an article recently, and it was like the anniversary of like Pearl Jam's MTV Unplugged or something like that. So maybe you want to do some covers. Now, YouTube is the best place to do covers. So maybe you even do a YouTube themed video. The live streams don't always have to be on Facebook. They don't always have to be on Instagram. Some of you who have 1,000 plus followers on TikTok, you can go live on TikTok. So maybe you want to mix it up a little bit and you want to do themes. The other thing you might want to do are collabs. Collaborations. Bring someone in, invite another artist who maybe has a following similar size as you, and you can bring them on, and you both can go back and forth, kind of like having your own writers round. So it's two people performing that night. The best way to do that is you schedule, okay, tonight we're going to go live at 7 o'clock. That person comes on from their house. You invite them into your live stream, and now the both of you are on camera, and you're able to go back and forth and share songs. What's great about that as well is that their fan base gets notified when they're live. So now you've just opened yourself up to their audience. They've opened themselves up to your audience. So it's a great way to get new followers, and it's a great way to not always have to cover that amount of time yourself. Now, a lot of people are still in panic mode because of the warning that went out from Facebook about lives and things like that. Let me explain what that was about. What that was about is that they want interaction. As long as they feel that there's interaction going on, that's a live event that's happening. It's a stream. If you just go on and put the camera in the back of the room and you just play and there's no interaction, that's what they're trying to get away from. They were trying to get away from DJs that were just playing a lot of recorded music that they maybe didn't get a license to be able to play. So that was happening. So we've got themes, we've got collabs. Also too, another thing that you can always do are just Q&As. You don't always have to play. Sometimes it's great just to come on board and just ask your fans, hey, let's chat. What's going on? What's going on in your town? You know, what are some of the frustrations that you're having in your town? When you bring these people on to talk, once again, they get notified, their audience, that they're live. So it gives you a chance to turn things on for that. Another thing that we've been doing right now, which is a lot of fun, is merchandise. You could do an unboxing. Hey, I'm getting ready to order, or I just ordered, or I had one of my clients who was kind of frustrated a little bit because he had bought all these t-shirts for these live shows that ended up getting canceled. And what he did was I said, look, just walk around and show people all this merchandise laying across the floor and let them know that, listen, I bought all this stuff to take to the shows. And as you know, they got canceled. And let me explain that at a show, I needed to charge you $25 for a shirt. And the reason for that is I had to pay a percentage to the venue. I had to pay my band. I had to cover expenses. Well, now that those expenses are no longer here, I would love to pass the savings along to you. If you'd like one of those shirts, you can pick one up tonight for only 15 bucks and kind of see what they say at that point. Now that gives you an opportunity to sell without being real pushy. So we've got some themes. Pick a theme, something you think you and your audience would have fun with. This is a great way to run a story poll on your Instagram to say, which theme would you like me to cover during my next live? You can give them a couple options because ultimately you're going to have to learn the material. It's something that you have to be comfortable with. But the more they feel like they had input on what it was that you're going to do and what it is that you're going to do, the more likely they are to show up, collabs, find some artist, your audience, their audience, together, it's a much bigger audience. I think that's pretty self-explanatory. The Q and A's, question and answers, is what that stands for. Those are always just a great way to kind of get to know your fans and interact with your fans. And then, of course, the merch. Always, too, maybe tonight we're going to reveal the new material that's on my upcoming album. Maybe it's kind of a preview of what to expect. Maybe you just do a verse and a chorus to get them excited about it. This is also a great way when you're introducing, let me just mark this down real quick. If you're introducing new music, you have the ability to then drive people to a pre-save. So maybe you're introducing a song that's coming out the next Friday and you have a pre-save link that you put together with your distributor that you want people to go ahead and pre-save it so that at the night that it becomes available, all those pre-saves, the music just gets dropped and added to their account. So maybe you can do a little preview party. But live streams are still the best way to interact with your audience. It's still the best way for you to get your music out into the world. And if you've got other ideas, things that have been working with you, I'd love to hear about them in the comments. Go ahead, right below this video, go ahead, leave a comment, tell us what's working for you. Also, too, if you don't follow my podcast, I would love for you to check it out. We'll leave a link to the podcast. And hit me up on Instagram at Rick Barker Music. Shoot me a DM. Let me know what you thought of this video, and I will personally get back to you. All right? We'll see you inside the next video.